Okay guys, so today we're going to have a go at making some gonks, okay? I'm going to show you how to make one, alright? These are the bits that you will need, okay? You're going to need a sock, preferably a clean one, okay? Then a white sock, so you need like a coloured one preferably, and then a plain white one, alright? Doesn't matter if it's an ankle sock or if it's a long one, it really doesn't matter because we can trim it. You're going to need some dried rice, okay? So obviously when you cook rice it goes moist, but this is some dried rice, okay? So you're going to need about a pint glass of dried rice per gonk, a pair of scissors, a couple of elastic bands, okay? Some like blusher to pop on the nose, all right? And here I've bought like an old mop head. This was just from Poundland, okay? So certainly nothing special. You don't have to have something like this. This is to make the bed, but you can equally use some white material or grey material or anything you want to use to make the bed up. So it could be some fur or anything that you can find in the house, okay? You don't have to especially go out and buy a mop, all right? So I'll give it a go and show you what you need to do. So in addition to the bits I've just shown you, I have a glue gun. You don't need a glue gun for this, but if you've got one you can use it to help secure the gonk a little better, but you don't need to have one, okay? You can tuck bits in. And then my daughter's let me raid her craft set, so we've just got some little plastic flowers and things here, a whole mixture of things here that we will add as accessories to the gonk. If you haven't got anything like this, don't worry, please don't rush out and buy any. It doesn't really matter because the gonk will look just as good without any extra bits. Okay, so you're going to start with your pint glass of dried rice, okay? You're going to get your sock, your white sock, and you're going to pop that over the top of the glass like so, yeah? And you're going to tip it up, okay? And then gently remove your glass, all right? So it saves the rice going everywhere, okay? So you should end up with something that's like this. Once you've then done that, you take the top of your sock. Like I said, if it's a long white sock, it doesn't matter because it's going to be extra material at the top. You're then going to take an elastic band and then you're going to wrap that elastic band round until it's nice and secure. Okay, so you'll be left with a shape like this, okay? So now what you want to do is lay it down like so, okay? And then you're simply going to get a big old bodge of it like that, okay? Then you want to take your second elastic band and you're going to wrap around that lump. Now that is going to be your gonk's nose, okay? I'll just tie that up because it's come loose. So that's the gonk's nose, all right, like so. Okay, so your gonk is now going to look like this, okay, with his little nose, like that. So you're now going to take your coloured sock, okay, and then you're going to cut that across here, so just above the heel, okay, like so. So yeah, obviously you can't use socks that you plan on using again because they're going to be no good, okay? So you're going to be left with this bit like that, okay? Okay, so you now get your sock, so roll it up like you would if you were putting it on, okay? So you've got your toes there, and then just take your gonk and pop the sock around it, okay? Like that. Doesn't matter that he's a little bit wrinkly, that's fine. But if you take the bit that you've cut and just tuck that in to make it look a little bit neater, like so, okay? Okay, so like I said, I got a mop head from Poundland, okay? All you need to do is cut strands off, and then they're made up of lots of strands, okay? So depending on how thick you want the bed, if you then pull it apart, like I said, you can use fur or any other material you've got. You don't need to use, you know, this kind of thing. You can use wool, anything you can find that will make a really good bed. Okay, so just keep unthreading it until you've got lots of strands. So once we've got the strands done, I'm going to cut these strands in half. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all of these ones, like so. So you make the beard as long as you want it, okay? Okay, so now you've got your strands, you're then going to take your little gonk, okay, and start underneath the nose. Tuck a little bit in. If you haven't got no glue, it's fine. Just tuck it in, okay, so it just hangs over the top like so. And keep working your way round and building it up. If you have got glue, it would be handy because you can lift these up, pop a little bit of glue and then hold them down so they stick, okay? But if you do use glue, it's going to have to be reasonably strong glue. Make sure you get a little bit of help because we don't want you stuck to your gonk, okay? So just keep going round until you've got a nice little beard, okay, for your little gonk. Okay, so once you've tucked all your beard in, okay, you should look a little bit like this. You're then going to get your second half of the sock that you trimmed off earlier. Okay, so to make it look a bit neat and tidy, if you tuck in the bit that you chopped, all right, and then you're going to pop it over his head like so, okay. You can use a different colour sock for the hat if you want. It's completely up to you, depending on how many pairs you've got spare, okay. And then I would advise, like, do an elastic band around the top hair for his hat, okay? Okay, so you can now sort of do his face up. So, like, I mean, I'd just probably have the nose showing, so I'm just going to put a little bit of, like, powder on his nose to make it a little bit pinker. But you might have some little googly eyes in the craft packages that we gave you, and you might want to stick a couple of little eyes on him. Okay, it's completely up to you how you decorate him up. I think I'm probably going to add some little bits on his hat, so maybe some flowers or something to the side. Okay, there's lots of different variations that you can make. If you look on YouTube, there's lots of different videos on how to make gonks, okay? Lots of different designs and styles. You can do lots of different types of gonks. I'll share a photo. It's a family of gonks that we made at Christmas, because these are more a Christmas thing, but depending on what colours you use, you can always make summer ones. You could perhaps find little funny hats to put on them, anything like that, just to make them a little bit more seasonal, okay? So give it a go and see what you can manage. Okay, so this is my finished gonk. So have a go, and if you have a go at it, pop some photos in the comments because we'd love to see what you've made.